Hello, I'm Teddy, and today we have it's this weird DVD spinning around like something is wrong with it. I'm going to be telling you everything about telling you like a little bit like of the movie The Flash complete fourth season. Flash was just lost in time. So he was lost in time, and then all of his friends trying to bring him back. They brought him back. So there was this samurai guy that wanted to attack. So he said, I want to fight the Flash, but he was lost in time. So the Flash's friends made this machine. Didn't work. It didn't make him back in time. So they released him from the Speed Force, and they released him. They released him from the Speed Force into the Earth and onto the Earth. But the Flash was just nobody knew what he was saying. He was like, "Don't forget the stars" or something. I forgot what he said. But he was like crazy, and he was also writing this weird stuff, which is probably another language or sign language. Probably not sign language because I know sign language a little bit. So the samurai, they couldn't give samurai, they couldn't fight together. So first thing they tried is to take Flash's brother and fight, and then the samurai realized that he's actually not the Flash. So after they couldn't give the samurai guy the Flash because he was still Then he was like Iris West is in danger. Iris West is in danger. Then the Flash just somehow turned back to normal and started chasing. He started chasing the samurai guy. He grabbed his wife, Iris West, and he just defeated the samurai. But then they realized that actually the samurai was just a robot. And then in the city, there was this guy. His name is Ramsey Deacon. He somehow they found out that this Ramsey Deacon guy can somehow hack technology, and he could hack technology. So then they fight it, but in the Flash's suit, there's lots of technology, so he just hacked all the technology that was in him. He didn't really hack it, but like it was like going all over the place, like, and like he had lots of weird things, like stuff, and then he turned on the self-destruct, and then like counting down. Then really he just took lightning and just lightning himself. So he hit himself with lightning to get out of the costume. And then he was unconscious. After like, a few minutes or two or something, he came back. And they put him into this little prison. Yeah, they put him in a prison. So after a little bit, they found out. Actually, Ramsey Deacon, his name was Kill. And then they found out another little woman. It was like Becky Sharp. Like, there's nothing really weird about it. Nothing really weird about this. So she got fired from her job. So she always had bad luck. And then now she has good luck. She can control luck to other people, she can control luck. She can control luck like to other people and to herself. And then they stopped her by the whole universe was going bad because of her luck. So she won so much times at the lottery. So if she won one game, the whole universe would be. So then they just powered up this one machine, and then it stopped all of her luck, everything turned good and bad. Whatever was bad luck turned good luck, and whatever was good luck turned bad luck. And now, this. Exactly. So, then they put cuffs on her and put him in the same jail as K.I. They found out this police officer was on this bus. That's really weird. It's not really a police officer, like a detective was on that bus. Then a detective called Ralph Dibney was on was also something weird was about him. They came up to his office. He was in there. Of course, why not? And then they asked him some questions. So we found out that all of the people, there are 12 metahumans. So there's 12 humans on one bus. So the bus was going, and then as the bus was going, the Flash came out of the Speed Force, and then it spread dark matter through everybody that was in that bus. there was 12 people on that bus, but the bus driver just died. That's really weird. So they thought he was on that bus because there was something weird about him. And then, yes, something weird on that bus. So then they ask him some questions. He's like, no, I wasn't on that bus on that day. But then these weird guys came and were trying to push him off the roof. They're like holding him on the legs. And then he just somehow stretched. He was somehow stretching, like all of his muscles were like stretching. And then they took just the Flash and his dad took him, and also one of their friends was actually a doctor, so like she knows how to do it. She knows, like, she was a doctor, also known. So her name was Katie Snow, she's a doctor, but whenever she's scared or mad, she turns into Killer Frost, and like, what? So she, she did like everything she can, and she fixed him, because if something stretches, he can like decide if it stretches back or stretches apart. So yes, that's a good thing. And then he turned into a superhero, but he didn't have a name, so he turned into a superhero. He didn't have a name, They were about to call him Plastic Man, but I'm just telling you, the Plastic Man is Plastic Man is also a superhero in like the comics and in like the Justice League, part of the Justice League. So he turned a part of the team. So now, if he stretches, if he gets stretched, no gunshots or bullets or anything could actually hit him, because it would just reflect because he's stretchy. Bing. Because he's stretched, it gets into him, and he just stretches back in. So his name was Ralph Dibny, but at the end I'm gonna tell you what they named him actually. So then there was somebody called Amunet Black. She worked at a bar. She worked at a bar, and she also worked as a pilot, and then she started to work at the bar, and she wasn't on that bus. Just saying, she's just a criminal, and she had this human called, his name was Mortimer Gloom. His name was the Weeper, and whenever he cries and his tears actually are like drugs or potions, and she uses his tears to also destroy people. And then they actually found out that this Wartime or Gloom was actually on that bus. Then they found out this weird woman named Minashidon. Her powers are she could control any statue or any any statue into life. So with her powers, she stole this necklace because it actually belonged to her. Well, a long time ago. They took it and then they put it in the museum, so she wanted it. There's 3 parts of that necklace. She got all of the pieces of the necklace, but at the third part of the necklace, Ralph Dibny, which is Mr. I don't know what his name was. There's no name. They didn't have a name yet. They didn't have a name yet. So they were fighting. There was this police officer that came. He wanted to shoot, but there was this ginormous T-Rex who was chasing after the police officer. Ralph Dibny took the police officer, stretched towards him, put him away, and then just wrapped the T-Rex around, he wrapped himself around the T-Rex. Annette captured Katie Snow. She was a doctor. She had this weird man named Dominic Lance, and she shot him because she didn't know what to do with him. So then she Kate and Snow took out the bullet, and then everything was fine. Then they escaped together. And then, I forgot to say, a little bit in the past, before this, they found out who actually made the samurai guy, who made all of the metahumans. His name was Clifford DeVoe. So they went to his house, asked him some questions. It was a little bit fishy. There was actually samurai, a picture of samurai was on the wall. So they was So then this Clifford DeVoe guy took Dominic Lance, who escaped with Kate and Snow, and I forgot to say that Dominic Lance's name is Brainstorm. He was on the bus, of course. Duh. So his name was Brainstorm. He could read other people's minds. And then Clifford DeVoe sucked all of his powers into him, and then now Dominic Lance is Clifford Duvall. It's really weird. He's dead. So they put his dead body into Flash's apartment room, and then the police came, and then because they thought that he killed Clifford Duvall, and then they went to the court. They did all of that. Then after there was no problem, there was this. They made a building that absolutely no one could get in. It was just like safe, super good combinations, like combination lock. It was so safe. You just needed. I think it's a bank. A super good bank. And then it just collapsed. Really weird. The whole building just fell apart. The police came, the Flash came, everybody came. Yeah, everybody came and found out that it was actually this weird guy named Sile Grundy. Like, they saw him, and then he just used his hand. They went in his apartment building. He had all of these he has this weird collection of, I don't know, like toys or something. It's like they didn't know what it was, and then they actually found out that he was on the bus. So then he just took out a gun from the table. Nobody saw it. And then he just made Cisco and which is his friend, one of his friends, and Ralph Dibny disappear. But they didn't actually disappear. They just shrinked into tiny little pieces. They shrinked, and they put them in the lab, and then they would have exploded in like 10 hours or something. And then they actually fixed them, so then they grew back into normal. So then after, they wanted to check to know all the metas. They checked in the Lost and found this weird music disc which said on it, Izzy Bowen. They started listening to the music. It was actually country music. So they actually went to Izzy Bowen. She was a musician that played country music. And they went to her and said, there is this weird, there's somebody dangerous coming after you, which is also Clifford Duvall. I'm just going to tell you some stuff in the past. He got arrested from killing Clifford Duvall, and then they found out that he was actually the Flash because they installed a secret camera the secret camera. Whenever the camera wasn't looking, he took his friend from the jail and just escape, like made him escape. And then they actually found out that he was the Flash, so they wanted to sell him to Amunet. And sell them to Amunet, and then the Flash somehow figured out how to escape. But then the police officers found out, and then Clifford DeVoe came. He took all of their powers. He took all of their powers, and then he was just powerful. And after they found out that Izzy Bowen, and then they found out that Izzy Bowen, and then they said that some demons coming after them, and then she showed them the powers that actually she could create music with her hand. No, so like they took all the powers like from the jail. They took all the powers, like all of the people that were on that bus, almost all the people that were on that bus. So there was this robbery, and there was the guy who almost, like he opened the vault with the fire from his hands. With the fire, he melted through like 40 layers of steel. And then there was this random guy named Matthew Kim. He said to the guy who has the fire powers that the moment you touch that money, your life changes. And then he was like, you want to die? And then he tried to put the powers on. He tried to put the powers on with his fire hands, trying to kill Matthew Kim, but it's really weird. His powers just disappeared just disappeared. And then they found out that Matthew Kim actually stole the powers from that guy and with the fire hands and gave it to somebody else. They don't know who it is. So they arrested the guy who had the fire powers, and then after a little bit, they came to Matthew Kim, and they just asked him some questions. He ran away. The Flash came running after him, and he lost his powers. So the Matthew Kim actually could take powers from other people and give it to somebody else. And then his wife actually got Flash's wife actually got the powers. Has the powers to run. And after at night, everybody's sleeping. There's these two workers that they wanted to push this little crate. They couldn't because they're weak. So then they one of those what do they call it, the carriages or something. I wanted to put the crate on the thing, and then to make it a little bit easier. So they went to get that thing, and then they came back with it, and the crate just disappeared. They were like, what? What? So then they went to call their boss, and then they came back. You probably guess what happened. the crate was actually smashed. They found the crate smashed and without the thing inside it. And the thing inside it is actually a crown. So then they actually found out there was two more medals, there was Janet Pitty and Edwin Gauss. We found out that actually the one who smashed the crate is actually Janet Pitty. And then they went to their house. There was Ralph's worker who worked also with his partner that worked with Ralph a long time ago. And then Ralph pushed him a little bit too much, and then just jewelry came out of the piece of paper. They turned around, and there you go. There's Janet Pitty on the wall. So she touched. She touched Flash, and then he started flying into. Well, good they were in a building. So they would be at the ceiling. So then they went to the lab, and then Harry, her also a friend, had this thinking cap. He put it on and said that exact time that he will fall, that the effect will wear off. So it wear it off. But then after they found out again where Janet Pitty is, they went to her, and then they attacked her by surprise. They put the handcuffs on her. And then she said, "You didn't see that coming." And then she said, "That is my getaway car," which is just a car flying from outer space to Earth. And inside that car is one person. Well, he didn't die because the Flash came running up, took the person from the car, and then the car just smashed on the thing. Flash was distracted trying to save the guy in the car, so she just had the key to unlock the cuffs, and then she just ran away. There was a ceiling, so there was no getaway cars. But you know what she did? She made the building float because there's a lot of passengers in that building. It's not really passengers, but she said passengers in that building. So then he, as fast as he can, took all of the people in the building, and he just put them outside, and then nothing really were too wrong. So when they went outside, then she just made Flash levitate into space. Then Ralph Dibny, also known as the Elongated Mon, he put his hand to him, but he couldn't reach. So then he turned himself into a little pillow, and then he fell. The effect wore off. He fell, and then he went on the pillow, which is actually a big whoopee cushion. Ding. So then, the two broke. The Flash didn't know who actually broke it with him. It was another type of Flash. Well, it's actually like every if you actually watch the whole entire Flash, you could already tell who actually helped it with him, because you could because they just told that, the thing. So it also includes a crossover. The crossover is called Crisis on Earth X. There are 4 parts, 4 episodes. So here is the first DVD. Bing! Oh no. Bing! 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 Here's the second DVD. Bing! 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 Here's the third DVD. Bing! 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 Actually, I did not tell you a lot, but I just told you about the whole meta thing.